Hi, I'm George Cox. Welcome to this edition of WestfordCAT News. There's a new program in town helping kids to become better public speakers. Andrew Sylvia has more on the story.
What does it take to become a public speaking virtuoso? Area kids are finding out at a new Junior Toastmasters Club being held at the J.V. Fletcher Library on Wednesdays from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. The club is exactly like the Adult Toastmasters Club, which aims to help people improve their public speaking skills. Westford Toastmasters President Kathy Lynch was on hand to kick off the new club for the kids.
We had a nice demonstration meeting about how we're going to run the meetings in the future, but it's going to be the kids that are going to run this club. It's going to be really great for them.
The Adult Toastmasters Club meets in the library on Monday nights. For WestfordCAT, I'm Andrew Sylvia.
You can find more about Toastmasters of Westford at westfordexpressions.toastmasters.org. The Westford Business Association had its kickoff mixer in January. And in February, they held their second event at NetScout. Here's more on the story.
What does it take to become a leader? That was the question the Westford Business Association discussed recently as they watched a film taking a look at challenges young women had to face in building careers. Produced by students at Miss Hall's school, A Seat at the Table has been shown before a variety of other groups of influential people throughout the country, followed by discussions by Miss Hall School's spokesperson, Allison Bozdekis.
So the energy here was great, lots of conversations, and really I think what this does, what events like this do, is sparks the conversation. It can't be the end to it, so I'm glad to hear that that's the energy that will continue here in this community and beyond.
The event was hosted by NetScout and Northern Bank & Trust. Northern Bank & Trust's Corinne Rosseel is a member of the Westford Business Association and helped organize the event.
Well, I was very pleased with the event. I think we've had a great turnout, and there's a great group of women and men here tonight from a variety of different disciplines, from nonprofit to business to government, and I think it's been a terrific event and has prompted a lot of good discussion around women in leadership.
For WestfordCAT, I'm Andrew Sylvia.
You can find out more on the Westford Business Association at their Facebook page at facebook.com/Westford Business Association. Do you live in Nabnasset? Chances are you've been down to the Tedeschi's on Brookside Road. I know I have many times. If so, you probably met the one and only Dave Loisel. Dave's retiring as Tedeschi's owner. We got a chance to sit down with him recently, and here's what we found.
Dave Loisel has become a fixture at Nabnasset after running the Tedeschi's on Brookside Road for decades. He recently retired, and we got a chance to talk to him.
No, just as a franchisee, we only own the store part, not the building. So I sold the business to Sabu, who is the man from the other store. 6 months before I actually retired, I was taking less work time and paying more people to be on the job for me. And I just learned how to relax, take my time, make a list of things that I need to do, my own honey-do list. I intentionally come in on different times just for my own benefit, for nothing else. I love seeing the customers. I may forget their name, but I'll always remember their heart. And it was just an incredible experience with these customers that I've dealt with for 20 years. When I was in the military, I went through the Vietnam War, and when my son got deployed, we adopted his squadron, and that started a whole line of receiving, giving, and packaging for the soldiers in Afghanistan. I always thought it was good for me to get something in the mail, and I had 19 aunts and uncles. So I never had shortages while I was over there. So I felt that if somebody didn't have any mail coming in, we'd take care of that guy. And we got beautiful letters. I got some Kuwaiti money. It's probably not worth anything, but they were paying me off. Sure, 20 years is a long time, but it felt like 5. And what we realized real early in my first couple of years is that the community really is a giving community. I'll give you the first example of what we did. My first 6 months, I met a couple that lived down the street, had a little son. Christmas, a week before Christmas, that part of the house burned down, he had nothing. So So we had less than a week to collect whatever we needed to collect. I put a sign on the counter that people knew the area. We had bags and bags and bags of gifts, food, and that was just like 3 days. It was just amazing how the community came together.
Wow.
But then I realized I got my hook on them. So my wife would say, "Not another one, will you, Dave? The people are tired of coming in here. I'm always looking for a buck or a dime or something to help out." One year we didn't know which charity to follow, so we had a customer choice. We had 5 different charities in the window with a box underneath. If you wanted to give mittens for Salvation Army, drop them in there. Food for the homeless, drop them in there. It was an incredible experience. People are just probably some of the best people in the world come in this store. We wanted to pick up some food and money for the Westford food pantry. So we only had 3 weeks to get it all done. And we raised 440 pounds of food and $160 in cash for them in just less than a week or 2. So and it only can happen because of the customers. We can facilitate the experience, and that's what we've always done. Every day, every year, we try to make sure that that customer understands that they have an ability to donate easily. If you put it in front of you, they'll donate. If you explain what the program is, this community will donate. So it's been easy to do a lot of work because of customers. I think one of the pure benefits of working in this type of environment, this becomes not only a convenience store, but a neighborhood store, and there's a big difference. So we've had 20 good years of making it a neighborhood store. And that's all I can say.
All of us wish Dave the best of luck in his retirement. Here's our own Ira Keltz with a look at upcoming events around town.
Thanks, George. Here are some events coming up in and around Westford in the next couple of weeks. It's time to get out and hula hoop. Certified Hoopnautica Master Trainer Kat Zawalski will be leading the Hula Hoop Jam on Thursday, March 19th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the Stony Brook School. The first 100 registrants get their own hula hoops. You can email Heidi Tierney at intothewoods@comcast.net or call the Westford Health Department at 978-692-5509 to register. Teens and tweens are welcome to imagine, create, and participate at the J.V. Fletcher Library's Make and Take craft program on Monday, March 23rd from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. It's free. More information is available at westfordlibrary.org. The award-winning Westford Academy Theater Arts Program presents The Normal Hearts on Wednesday, March 25th at 8 p.m. This presentation will be directed by former Westford Academy student Dennis Canty. If you can't catch it now, it'll be Westford Academy's submission to the Massachusetts Educational Theater Guild State Festival later this year. If you have an event you'd like mentioned on the next edition of Westford Cat News, drop us a line at news@westfordcat.org. I'm Ira Keltz.
What's going on at Town Hall? Let's hear from Town Manager Jody Ross.
Hi, I'm Jody Ross, Westford Town Manager, and I'm here to give you the Westford Cat Town Manager's Report. Come on into my office. And today I'd like to talk to you about our warrant. We have our annual town meeting coming up on March 28th, and it will be at the Abbott School at 10 a.m. I encourage you all to come. We have a very interesting year this year, so I'd like to run through just a couple of the articles. All this material is available on our website at westfordma.gov. First of all, we are funding perchlorate. Many of you have heard about perchlorate, and this was a result of the highway department being blasted, and there was some additional blasting powder that didn't get absorbed. So every year we have to continue to try to clean that up. Everyone's on clean drinking water, but the Department of Environmental Protection requires us to continue to clean the plume. So there's $200,000 for that. We have a lot of capital that we're funding, and this year, as we did last, we're trying to fund most of that through free cash. So this, again, you can look online. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or give me a call. I'm happy to talk about that. There's Something going on that hopefully you've heard about, we are proposing to spend about $1 million to combine our police and fire dispatch into one center. Right now we have police dispatchers and we have fire dispatchers. And so if you place a call to, say, for an emergency ambulance, you have to go to the police first and then they transfer to fire. And we're trying to combine that so you only call 911 and you get both police and fire and ambulance, all protection at once. And that would be located in the police training room. Secondly, we are proposing to build a new fire station. And if you recall, last year the town gave us $50,000, which we did a feasibility study with. And that study has recommended that we build a new station on Boston Road at the Blakes Hill Road intersection there. So we're having an open house actually next Saturday, I believe the date's the 14th, at the fire station, where you can tour the fire station, you can talk to the firefighters, the police officers about combined dispatch, and see the fire station and why we feel so strongly that we need a new one. Another thing that's happening is that we are accepting Clare Circle. We're asking you to accept Clare Circle as a public road for the town, and the residents of that will be having a betterment on their homes to pay for that. 12 North Main Street is known as the Westford Anodizing Building, and we've been studying that building for a long time. It is falling down, as many of you have probably seen. We have applied for a $1.5 million bond, for environmental bond, from the governor, and we were given that by Governor Deval Patrick, and we're hoping that Governor Baker allows us to continue with that. But this article is actually asking, we're foreclosing on the property, and this is asking the town to transfer it from the Tax Possession Sale Committee to the Board of Selectmen, so we can use that $1.5 million to clean it up, and also apply for other funding through Mass Development to go out and hopefully have a public-private partnership to have that property redeveloped. A lot of information on that is available on our website. That's a complicated one. Something else very exciting to report is, for the first time since the year 2000, we actually have a balanced budget. All of our expenditures and our revenues match. In the past, we have had to use free cash, it's called, to balance the budget, which basically means when you don't spend all your appropriations, or if we get revenues we weren't anticipating, or some we were, any of that money that's left over at the end of the year, we would then apply to balance our budget. We're trying to get away from that because we want a budget where the revenues match the expenditures. We have that, as I said, for the first time in 16 years. We're very proud of that. It's taken a lot of work by all our department heads. So that's exciting to present. A resident has asked us to form a Disability Affairs Commission, which we've never done, and that is an article on the warrant that the Board of Selectmen support. One of the articles that I'm presenting is to allow the town to combine with other towns and go out for a municipal electricity aggregation. And what that really means is that if you've noticed your National Grid bill going up substantially, this will allow us to get you the best rate that you can get, because we'll have thousands of residents participating in businesses. You can opt out if you would rather keep whatever rate you have, or if you've negotiated your own deal with one of those little flyers that you've gotten in the mail. But we think this is very exciting. The town actually has a rate of about 10 cents per kilowatt, but I think the rate National Grid has now is probably over 20. So we're hopeful you'll support that, and we think you'll see a great benefit. And we'll enter perhaps a 2-year contract. You can opt out at any time. The Assistant Town Manager, John Mangiarardi, has a project he'd like to present, which is to put solar panels at our capped landfill. And that would generate probably around $80,000 of revenue a year for the town, and would be a use for that land. So that will be something we discuss. Rome Drive Extension, we are looking to accept as a public way. And lastly, the selectmen are asking the town if they'll allow them to support or to dispose of the Graniteville Fire Station. We went out with an RFP, a request for proposal. A neighbor put in a proposal to buy that old fire station and turn it into a home. And so we're asking the town to allow us to do that. That will generate revenue for us and decrease expenses. So that's pretty much just a little glimpse at some of the interesting articles on the warrant, and I hope to see you at town meeting again Saturday, March 28th, 10 a.m. at Abbott School. Thank you.
Here's Rekha Sharma with this week's health tip.
Hello everyone, I'm Rekha Sharma back with a new health tip for WestfordCAT News. Today I'm here to talk about pear. Pear is rich in fibers, antioxidants and vitamins. It is a rich source of water. It has got 84% of water, which help you to reduce your weight. It is an excellent detox. It also reduces your cholesterol, constipation, diabetes, hypertension and weight gain. So add some pear to your diet to get the benefits. Bye for now.
Do you love the Westford template? Guess what? It's coming to WestfordCAT. WestfordCAT News Online is bringing all your local news and much more. We're looking for contributors, sponsors, and anyone who wants to share their views on what's going on in town. Check us out online at westfordcatnews.org and sign up for our weekday newsletter starting March 6th. And make sure you check your cable listings for WestfordCAT News or watch us on demand at westfordcat.org. With all the snow we had recently, I decided to hit the slopes once again with my very favorite person, Pam Fletcher, at Nashoba Valley Ski Area. We went tubing down the mountain and she also gave us some great ski tips. Stay tuned.
Right here in Westford, Massachusetts at Nashoba Valley Ski Area is Nashoba Valley Snow Tubing Park. Lots of fun for everyone. There's 17 lanes of tubing. They have 100% snowmaking. And even with the great snowfall that we've had this year, everybody's out with smiles on their faces, enjoying the lanes. I'm with Robert Glufo, the assistant manager here at the tubing park at Nashoba Valley Ski Area. And Robert, why do you think so many people enjoy tubing?
Well, I mean, it's a great place for kids. Obviously, it's a little bit bigger and more exciting than actually just going sledding out in your backyard. You got huge lanes and tubes that can go up like 20 miles an hour.
20 miles an hour, that's pretty exciting right there.
Yeah.
How about you? Are you a big tuber yourself?
Yeah, and I've been here for 8 years. I've gone tubing millions of times basically by this point. Obviously, it's a great time here, and conditions, depending on the weather, it can be a little faster sometimes, a little bit slower when there's fresh snow. So it's good for younger kids if it just snowed or it's a little bit warmer and you just want to go on a nice slow day with 6-year-old kids.
What about the kids? I mean, think about it. It is all about putting smiles on these kids' faces.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, we have employees all over the hill that are really great with kids. When I worked out on the hill, I always used to love joking around with the kids. They're usually good sports. They're really excited to be here. They're actually the best at following the rules out of everyone that comes here. And yeah, this is a great experience for kids. It's a safe place for kids to come. And you know, we have lots of fun here.
I'm here with a bunch of ladies from Salem, New Hampshire, and you're out here tubing. What are some of the things that you like most about tubing?
Going fast.
Going fast?
Getting to with my friends. Definitely going fast. You're going up that thing, you're not falling.
All right, girls, well, let's see it happen. Any last words? Let's do this. Go ahead.
All right, guys, here we go.
Let's hear it, ladies. Woo! Woo! I understand this is your first time snow tubing. What did it feel like?
It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. It's a rush.
So, any advice for those newcomers to the snow tubing park?
Yeah, don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it, and you can go double, triple, whatever. We've been doing it all afternoon, and it's just great.
And you've got your whole family here.
Yeah, that trio right there is grandma and my daughter and my granddaughter. You know, do clowns with my grandsons.
So you're like living proof that you can be any age and enjoy snow tubing.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
So I guess
Trust
it brings
me.
out the little kid in you.
I don't know about the little kid, but I'll tell you what. I'm a hell of a lot older than you are.
I'm here with Sherry Whitcomb, and Sherry, you have a company outing here today at the tubing park.
We do. We are Blue Coat out of Boxborough, Mass, and then we got about 60 people here. They're all hanging in the lodge. We have some awesome food. Thank you very much. And tubing for 2 hours.
So what do you think about tubing with a group? It's fun?
Oh my God, it's so fun. Yeah, we just went down 2 or 3 wide, and we have yet to see a lot of people in there eating and drinking because they love it.
So kind of a fun, like, outdoor winter activity to do with your corporate outing.
Yep, exactly. And then we have some people that traveled from Texas, so they're like loving this.
So they probably don't even get to see anything like this.
No. Yeah, it's fun.
Fun. So great way, maybe a little bonding, team bonding going on.
Yep, exactly. Especially when you go down the trains together.
And then you have a few cocktails,
Yeah,
a little bit of
yeah.
food, fun little celebration.
And I like how you just do the 2-hour thing. So if somebody was here late, they still get their 2 hours.
Yeah. I'm here with George, my trusty cameraman, and we're about ready to go tubing. Ready? 3, 2, 1. For WestfordCAT. See ya! This is awesome! Fun for everyone! I think this is George's first time. What do you think, George? Pretty fun, huh?
That was awesome! Oh my, I've never done snow tubing! That was awesome!
Oh my God, that was so fun.
Hi, I'm Pam Fletcher, and I'm at Nashoba Valley Ski Area in Westford, Mass. And today I'm going to give you a carving clinic from the WestfordCAT. So any of you that have tried carving before, you want to try to stay more on 2 feet and try to roll the skis over on edge. It makes it so much easier to turn. Instead of twisting the ski, we're going to rely on pressuring the ski to make the ski do what it should do naturally. Now the way to do this is you want to get your hips over your knees, knees over your toes, be in a wider stance, hands in front, and upper body tilted slightly down the fall line. So let's give it a try. I'm going to talk to you as we're going down. So roll the skis on edge, and then roll the skis on edge, and roll the skis on edge. Just turn for you. It's actually quite magical. The best thing in skiing is to try to get some practice. And if you haven't taken a lesson ever, that's the best way to start. So hopefully you'll have a chance to try some of my tips on this fabulous new snow from the blizzard of 2015. We'll see you on the slopes. And remember, hands up, hips over knees, knees over toes. Okay, so in our second version of the carving, we're gonna step it up a notch. What I mean by that is we'll try to get the skis more engaged. Now the way that you do that is you want to really think about ankle flexion and try to press the front of the boot with your shins. That way you get more over the front of your ski, and that'll allow the tip part of the ski to bite into the snow better. Now one way to do that is to try to strive to get your hands forward and in front and bend your knees. Now you don't want to bend your knees and come back, then you won't be able to get any pressure on the front of the ski. So I'm going to go a little bit further and a little bit harder to try to show you what I mean about getting the skis up on edge. This is a more advanced carving. So hands forward and really be aggressive with the knees and ankles and really push on the front of the boot. So that way you actually can get the ski to arc around. It's a really fun way to learn how to carve, is just to take your time on a real gradual slope, try to separate your feet, roll the skis on edge, feel pressure on the front of the boot. The most important thing in skiing is keeping your hands forward and in front of you. That way you can try to keep those hips forward and you'll ensure good pressure on the front of the skis. When you get back, that's when you get in trouble. Hopefully, we'll see you guys out on the slopes practicing your carving. So, carving, that's what we're working on. But one of the most important things in your skiing is your upper body position. I like to have people try this with their poles. You take them off and you hold them so that they're parallel with the skiing surface that you're skiing on. You want to try to keep them pointed down the slope at all times, and sometimes it's helpful to look further down the slope so you can really see out over your poles. You don't want to tip the poles from side to side, and you don't want to swing the poles either. That throws your weight around. And when you throw your weight around, you get really off balance. The whole idea is try to keep them forward and in front of you where you can see them, and level with the skiing surface that you're skiing on. So what this will help do is keep your upper body more forward, and it will help keep more pressure on the front so that when you carve, it'll be more comfortable, you'll be more solid. Plus, if you tip or swing the tray, you're gonna see it. Sometimes when we're skiing, we don't necessarily see our hands moving like this. But here, when you have this out in front of you, you can't miss it. So you wanna hold it up in front and still work on the carving. Try to roll the skis on edge, keep the tray facing down the hill, and keep the tray level. You don't want to try to tip the tray. You want to keep it level, like you're carrying a tray of glasses. Wouldn't it be a shame if I was carrying champagne and I tipped the tray and it all spilled off? I think that would be a shame. Plus, if you tip the tray, you're most likely to spill off, and we don't want that to happen when you're out on the slopes. So a fun drill you can do on your own, I call it the tray drill. You stand in that wide stance and try to keep the tray level out in front of you and facing down the follow. That's it for me, Pam Fletcher, back to WestfordCAT. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the slopes.
Well, that's all for this episode of WestfordCAT News. You can get more anytime from our new website at westfordcatnews.org. Don't forget, you can have your own show here right at WestfordCAT, and we have classes every month. Check out our website at westfordcat.org. For all of us, we want to wish you a great week. I'm George Cox. We'll see you again next time.